Hey gems, welcome back to the channel, Crystal Heart. My name is Crystal and today we are making an orphan block quilt. Alright y'all, before we get into it, y'all don't forget, hit the thumbs up button. Also, if you're not subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button and that little bell notification so you're notified every time I post a video and every time I go live. Alright y'all, so we're standing in front of the blank design wall besides this because I forgot to take it out. And we're going to do an orphan block quilt. If it's your first time here and you have no clue what orphan block quilt is, basically it is the Crystal Heart charity project that we have been doing. I call it the Orphan Block Project. And a whole bunch of the gems, you guys have sent me so many orphan blocks and I appreciate it so much so that we can get this project done. So basically I just pick from the orphan blocks, put it together into a quilt top, and then I have some volunteers of some of the gems who have volunteered to be quilters, and I'll send out whatever you need for the project to be quilted, and it gets quilted. So if you want to participate in the Orphan Block Project, the P.O. box to send your orphan blocks are down below, all the way down to the bottom of the description box is my P.O. box. If you want to be a quilter, I'll leave the Google form below for you to fill out if you want to volunteer to be a quilter. It does not have to be a long arm quilting, doesn't have to be machine quilting. It could be long arm, machine, hand quilting, whatever makes you happy. That's how you would do it. This is not a professional situation. Anyway, so I don't know what we're doing yet today. I have not even gone through the orphan blocks. I decided what the theme of this quilt will be. So I'm going to go ahead, take a little looky through. I have 2 bins of orphan blocks and see what theme we are going to do today. And then we're going to start putting it on the design wall and seeing how to configure it. If we need some extra fabrics to go along with it, we'll see. Alright, and that's where we are. So let's pick some orphan blocks. Alright y'all, so here are the 2 bins of orphan blocks. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I guess y'all can kind of just see my process for trying to figure it out. I'm probably just going to start taking out some blocks until I decide what to do. So these are the most recent blocks that I got in from Karen, which I think is super cute. I'll put over here. These are some tiny blocks. I thought about putting these blocks all together and doing something like that, but I don't know. Because there's even some super tiny ones. And more. See, there's so much. But that would be a lot of sewing. Let's see. What else? Oh. And if y'all see my feet, no free feet pics. This was my original thought, was to do this black and white quilt with all this Tula fabric. I know we already did a Tula quilt, but there were so many of these blocks. I don't know if it's enough to be an entire quilt though. So that's still a thought process. So I'm going to keep that separated in case that's where we go with this. I don't know. And then we have all these cutesy blocks. You know what? I think... I don't know. I'm thinking of just putting some of this stuff on the wall and seeing what goes together rather than just having a specific theme. Let's try that. Let's go to the design wall, start putting stuff on the wall and seeing where we get with that. Okay, so I think I'm going to just start putting stuff up and see. And if you see any block that you've made while I'm working on this, shout it out. Oh, remember remember we were supposed to do a heart quilt. I wonder if I can find enough hearts. I'm just realizing that these are hearts. Oh, and it's close to Valentine's Day. All right. I think that's a great idea, but I don't know how many hearts we have in here. All right. Change us plans. I'm going to go through these bins and look for all the heart blocks. Hopefully we have enough to make an entire quilt. We'll see. All right. That's the new plan. All right, y'all. So I found all these heart blocks, and I even forgot that I added some of my own in there from whenever I was going to make Cameron a quilt out of these hearts, and that never happened. So I'm going to just start placing this on the wall, whatever, and we'll figure out the configuration. Y'all know how this goes. And if you don't, you're about to find out. It's just, I'll put it on the wall, figure it out, see if we need to add more pieces, start connecting things, and see exactly what happens. Alright, y'all, so we have them all on the wall. This is not going to be exactly how this goes, but I'm trying to think about what can be done to bring it all together, like a color, a specific color that can bring all these fabrics together. My mind keeps saying purple, but I don't know if that's the right choice. The thing about it is that some of the backgrounds are white, some are tan, some are gray. The tan ones are the only ones that are making me kind of be like, they're not fitting in. So I may border them with a color that ties it in more. These two blocks are the smallest blocks, so I'll probably make them into one block some kind of way. And then all of the gray blocks in most of, like this heart and this heart, these types of blocks, they're all the same size, which I need to measure. Hold on. Okay, they're all about 12 and a half inch blocks. So I think that is what we're going to work with. As far as what I usually like to do, that makes things kind of easy, is I'll get a size in mind for the blocks. And even though like this block is not 12 inches, I know that I just need to add some things to it to make it 12 inches. And it'll bring the blocks together to have a specific fabric that we're adding. And it will also bring some interest to some of the blocks. But I don't know. And we have 20 blocks. So that means 4 across, 5 down would be 48 by 60. Which is a good size quilt. And then if we decide to put a border on it, it would make it even bigger. So I think that's the plan, y'all. The configuration won't be exactly like this, but I'll start hooking things together. Some of the fabrics need to be ironed because they were in my bin all crazy. And I need to decide on an accent fabric. Just don't know what that will be. I'll look in my stash, I'll look around, I'll think about things, and when I figure it out, y'all will see. But for now, I'm going to start hooking things together. it's gonna be fun and cute. Alright, y'all, I'm just going through and starching and ironing all of the blocks, and then I will get all of the blocks at 12 or 12.5 inches. So I'll trim it all to either 12 or 12.5 inches, whichever is best. And then the blocks that are too small, I've decided that we're going to add white around them. That'll be the color that'll tie everything together, because I have more blocks with a white background. So the ones that do not have that are not big enough will get a border of white to make it bigger, or however, to make it to 12 inches. And then I will start hooking them together. Okay, y'all, so I have all the blocks out. I added white borders around the pieces that needed them, and ironed everything, made sure everything was 12.5 inches. Honestly, the blocks that I'm not filling are my blocks, which is the gray background. But without them, I don't think the quilt will be big enough. So I think we're going to roll with it. It's kind of throwing me off. But what I'm also thinking is this quilt is going to need a border to make it tie all the way in. So I have to see if I have any type of fabric that I can border this in, which I'm not sure. I have to look around and see what I have that's big enough. Because y'all know I'm real scrappy. I don't have a whole lot of yardage type fabric. So I have to just look through my stash and see what I can come up with. But I'm thinking this is the layout. The gray hearts, I really just didn't know what to do with. I had them in the center, but then I still had one extra, so it made it off balance. So then what I did was put one in each corner, and then I still had an extra, so it ended up here. These two I put diagonal. I just don't know. I may switch it around, but for now, this is the layout. I'm going to start just attaching everything. That's all I need to do is attach it all. And I'll come back and show it to y'all, and then y'all see if I changed anything around. And I'll also look for that border fabric to see if I have something. So when y'all come back, it should all, when we come back, it should all be put together, but we shall see. Okay, y'all, it is all put together. As you can see, I did change the configuration a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm in love with it, but I think it's cute. I'm thinking that this purple polka dot is going to be the border. The quilt measures 48 by 60 right now. And I don't think that I need a big border. I just think I need a border to tie in the whole thing. So I think my border will only be like 3 inches wide all the way around. And I think that'll be it. So I'm going to go ahead, start cutting fabric and attach the border. And then I'll come back and show y'all everything with the border all attached. Alright, y'all, we are done with the top for this Orphan block quilt. Another one done. I'm going to give y'all a close-up version before we close out the video. So I put that purple border in. I think it really tied everything in. Also, if you see your block, comment down below which one is yours. A few of them come from the same person, I can tell, but... And sorry for all the boxes on the floor by the design wall, but you know. This is the whole quilt. And also look on Instagram if you want to see a full picture of it all together. Alright, y'all, we are done with this Orphan block quilt. Another one down in the books. I'm so excited to have it done. I do have a volunteer. Jim Helen is going to be the one who is going to quilt this up, so stay tuned so that you can see how she quilts this up and what it looks like in the end and where it gets donated to. If y'all did see, the Tula orphan block quilt got donated. I had dropped it off for Project Linus a few months ago, but it just got processed and was donated about a week ago. I made a post about it. So that was exciting. That was the first orphan block quilt that we know for sure has gotten into someone else's hands. So that was exciting. That's about it, you guys. If you like this video, go ahead, hit the thumbs up. Also, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you want to participate in the orphan block quilt in some kind of way, the orphan block quilt project, then my P.O. box is down below if you want to send an orphan block. Also, I'll have the link down below for the Google form if you want to be a volunteer quilter. You don't have to have any backing or batting. If you don't want to, you can donate that. Otherwise, I'll send it to you whenever it's time. Also, if you want to do any type of monetary donation for shipping costs and supply costs, the link for that, the PayPal link, will also be down below if you want to donate. Other than that, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.